Yeah, so it's a few hours per week usually.
Yeah.
I see.
Well, I'm on a summer break right now, so I might have a little more time.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's understandable. Okay. Yeah, I think Wax is pretty good in general. If you ever do some sort of warm up, especially for characters, just for DPS supports in general, to warm up your aim is quite nice if you wanted to
Yeah.
do that. Well, we can also see just a little bit more in depth what do you do there exactly. But yeah, this is good. You as a learn term, you want to casually be in plat diamond. Anything above would be need. Also to be better at heat scan. Mm-hmm. That makes sense too. And as a short term, just get DPS into plat. Okay, so you want to work on your DPS at the moment. Is that correct?
Yeah, because I did get to plat with tank and support. I'm pretty comfortable with. I think I'm pretty comfortable with support, and I'm pretty confident that I would be able to get it to diamond if I put the time into it.
Mhm.
Tank, maybe I can climb there, but DPS, I'm kind of booty cheeks at.
Mm-hmm. I see. I see.
Yeah,
So
I got up to how did the ranks work? Is it like gold? I got to the top of gold.
mhm.
Um, and then just like a huge losing spree.
I see. I see. Do
Yeah.
you at the moment you just mostly play DPS, right?
Uh, I tend to queue support in DPS.
Support and
Yeah.
DPS. Okay,
But I
okay.
haven't done ranked in a while.
Oh,
So
uh-huh. What do you
yeah.
think might be the pros and cons of just trying to rank up two roles at once?
When ranking, I tend to focus on one role at a time. It's just lately,
Hmm.
because I just do quick play every now and then. Uh, just because it's less of a time commitment. And that's when I queue DPS and support. But back when I was doing a little more ranked, when I was trying to climb, I would just purely queue support until I got it into plat, and then I did the same for tank, just purely
Oh,
tank until
okay.
plat, and then in between that, I was doing a little bit of DPS.
Okay, okay. I think that makes sense to me. Yeah, only just making sure that most of your time is being put into the role which you want to improve the most. I think that is the most effective, kind of 80%
Okay.
of your time. Yeah, so if you keep that mentality, it should be no problem to climb overall as a learn term.
Okay.
With a few hours, actually, if we would be more specific, how many hours per week you play exactly, you think, on average?
Is that something I can check? I wonder.
You can potentially just by looking at your history, maybe, but maybe you just kind of
Okay.
by the feel, maybe how many hours per week you, per day, maybe how many hours per day you
Per
play, and then
day. I played maybe I'll ballpark it at maybe 3 times this week,
Mhm.
and I'd say about an hour to 2 hours per session.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think okay,
So
with this it's just usually if you're able to kind of aim towards around 10 hours per week, I think this is pretty good. Obviously you can always increase the efficiency of your practice too, but this is something to think
yeah.
about, just the amount of hours to be effectively improving, also quite quite important. Usually I recommend we yeah that most players they get the better improvement if they at least have 10 hours per week or
Okay.
so. Okay, for the
Back when I was playing more, I'd say I would be hitting around 10 hours a week.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just this past couple of weeks has been it's been really like busy, just wrapping up the school year, writing report cards for stuff, and then
Yeah,
getting ready for a summer job.
yeah, that's understandable. That's understandable.
Mhm.
Okay. And for the characters specifically, you play Genji, more Ryan for the most part. Uh-huh. So it's just for each
Yeah,
category. So I assume we want to focus on your Genji more today, or
sure, yeah. But I do check out metagame stuff every now and then. I just saw CarQ's video on like his tier list.
uh-huh.
Like Far is popping off right now.
Uh-huh.
Genji isn't so hot in that matchup. Um, so I think what I would really want to do is like focus on either McCree or Ash, because when I do need to try to counter something that my Genji can't get to, I would tend to
Mm.
try Ash as an option because I do like her damage output. I do like being able to sort of get out of sticky situations with
Mhm.
her shotgun, um, and just being able to shoot down
Mhm.
fars.
Do you enjoy playing those characters overall?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I see. Because I think most important whenever you're gonna be picking up the character, so you get to learn some motivation. First of all, making sure you do enjoy the character, and another thing about when to pick each character. Usually it shouldn't be based on just one character, like let's say they pick Farah. We try to counter that. That is not the most effective a lot of times because we might be missing out on the big picture, such as what your comp
Oh yeah,
is,
for
what the
sure.
map is, what the enemy comp is. So it's quite important to have your hero pool for each situation, but I wouldn't stick to specifically to just trying to counter something. Rather think about of what your strengths of the comp are, abuse those,
Mhm.
and then also abuse the map first. This way you
Oh
can
yeah.
win faster. I can even give you an example. Let's say you got quite a lot of short range characters, maybe something like Ryan May, maybe there's a Reaper. You also playing something like a Genji potentially. In this situation, you will, yes, you struggling against the fire, but your real win condition is not to kill the fire a lot of times. It's just gonna be
Mhm.
get everybody else, especially on maybe something like short range map. You definitely never should be shooting the fire. A lot of people they just kind of, I think, put too much attention towards countering something, and they're missing out on the big picture. So this is also important
Yeah.
to look at. Yeah.
Yeah, I think TarQ was saying something like that too,
Yep.
in that video.
Yeah. And the thing about the meta as well, what's meta, mostly it's not affecting the ranks overall.
Oh yeah.
In a way, just let's put it this way. What really affects your performance is just or like how much value you get. Yeah, let's put it this way: is your performance on the character. So I can play the worst character, like not meta character. If I perform really well, ultimately, like most of my value comes out of it. And at the end of the day, like those last percentages, kind of more about what's meta now, what's not. Usually, it's affecting high rank more, because
Yeah.
people when everybody's so good and they just can play so many well not so many characters, but just they can potentially be good at any character, so they just choose slightly high end, like slightly better character, because just to get those extra percentages of value. But it's just
Yeah.
mostly it's there. Yeah, obviously whenever the video or something like this pops off, it just people start picking up on this because they try to copy streamers, so like people would say it on
Mhm.
YouTube. But yeah, ultimately
Oh
what's
god, every time I see a zebra video, it's bad for me.
yeah.
Just
It's in a way streamers sometimes make the meta and such because of the just what
mhm.
they play. But it's in the long term it's not really big concern. You just in the learn some you always can play your character, do your best, and most of the value comes out of performance. So yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
um yeah, just making sure your pool, I guess, is suitable for any situation. This is something we can discuss a little bit more. Let me see. Yeah, so mostly it's Genji, and you also want to add something like Cass and Ash. I think would be fine actually. My only concern is when you play this pool, might be a little bit difficult for you to to train all this aiming skills, because Genji is much more different because it's projectile,
Yeah.
and Cass is and Ash, those are hit scan. But you still can play it. You still can have this pool. I think it's pretty versatile, suitable for a lot of situations. It's just keep in mind that in long term might be harder for you because you have different styles of aim.
Oh yeah.
On Mhm. Yeah, that does it make sense to you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So this is something to think about. Yeah, but I will put it in a hero pool. So in the long term, we stick to Genji, Cass, maybe Ash. Okay. Let's see. Is there anything else? Yeah, playtime.
I
Just
guess
got.
I put a
Mhm.
decent amount of time into like venture lately as well.
Venture might
Oh
be.
yeah,
Mhm.
I keep forgetting venture exists, but yeah, I do put I put a decent amount of time into venture because before venture, I like back in Overwatch 1, I liked to backline a lot, so it'd be Reaper and Genji a lot.
Mhm.
My Trish is crap, so I don't use her too often, but
Mhm.
venture's been fun.
I see. Yeah, yeah. This can be also, um, maybe even can be better solution. Just have more projectile characters because Venture is overall
Mm,
projectile kind of melee character as well. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be faster if you have some just one type of aim characters in your pool. Maybe having something
yeah.
like Genji main. Maybe there's also even something like Pharah. Maybe Venture is more similar with all the
Mm,
styles of aim, so it might be faster to improve this way. But at the end of the day, I really suggest like you need to just think what do you enjoy more. If you do enjoy Venture,
okay.
Genji, some May over more than Cass Ash, that's okay. And it's not like you will get countered by the Pharahs or anything. You're still really suitable in any situation. Ideally, for each situation, I just call this there are situations in a game or role just whenever you need mobility. This is one,
Mm,
usually some dive compositions. Another situation can be when you need somewhat of a short range character you play in a brawl, and another is whenever you need somewhat of a long range character you kind of poke out the enemies, and that's it. Ultimately, they're just three big situations you need to be able to adjust to with your pool.
okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I think we can take a look at your replay now. Everything else makes sense.
Okay.
Do you have any questions maybe before we start?
I don't think so. I think you do bring up a good point in terms of okay, because like I think a thing I haven't considered is like honestly, I enjoy a lot of characters and a good
Mm-hmm.
variety of them. Like I love playing Mei. I love just isolating bad or like taking advantage of my opponent's bad positioning, just walling them off
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. And I think because of that, I tend to just go around to a lot of characters, and because of that, I might not have that kind of level of focus. So I
Mm-hmm.
think this is already pretty good, just telling me to focus up on either a certain style or just to decrease my pool of characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually this is good solution whenever you have a lot of characters. Well, first of all, you don't need that because you
Mm,
just ultimately have those C situations in the game. I can explain this a little bit more, but you also really have to learn a lot of micros, and it's not as effective. You just will be, and with your limited time, especially, your improvement. It will be some sort of improvement, but it will be much slower. Let's put it this way.
yeah.
If I would say like somebody try to climb with the maybe not as much plate. I'm not saying it's like really too little of time, but I think because all the responsibilities and such, it's understandable that you can just keep it in mind and or play less characters. And actually, I would suggest it for anybody. Yeah, just maybe pick one, two characters, maybe three. Yeah, so you suitable for each situation. This is much better compared to just maybe having around
Yeah.
more. Yeah, just something like four, five, six. Yeah, it's definitely better stick to
Yeah.
round three. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, I totally get that because I'm traditionally a fighting game player, so
Mhm.
it's like, yeah, I get that focusing on the character thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So I'm just gonna put it maybe in the notes as well. So it's
Yeah.
just gonna be see situations for you. There is something you're gonna be think about. Situation where you need some sort of brawl character, poke, or dive character. Yeah. We can look into team comps later as well, I think. We'll
Okay.
see. Okay. Yeah, do you have any questions as well before we start looking at
Nope,
your replay? No
I do
questions.
not.
Okay. Uh, then you gotta send me the code.
Okay. God, I just have all these like quick play things. They don't tell me what role I play. I guess I could like quickly pop into them, find one where I play DPS real quick.
Yeah, you can find it.
Yeah. I think I'm DPS here. Ooh, why did I pick Sombra? That's weird.
So
Probably
this is
not that.
definitely something to think about. Yeah, just decreasing the pool, right? So you just making sure you
Yeah.
also practice. Yeah, it's just more consistent than this way. It's easier to learn everything. So there are not too many
Okay.
characters.
Yeah, I think I'm DPS here. Oh yeah. Let's go with this one. I remember this one. Oh my god, my tank. Also, I didn't play too well. Okay. Let's see. How do I find these codes? Share.
Yeah, yeah, there should
Okay.
be an
Okay.
option.
Copy that. I'll send that to you with a DM, I guess.
Yeah.
Boom. This was 3 days ago, I think.
Yeah, let's take a
Yeah.
look. Okay, I'm gonna screen share as well. Okay, one moment, it should be there. Okay, so 1080. Yeah, let's do it.
Ooh, watch. Neat.
Okay, so yeah, your nickname here is still Genji. Okay, maybe starting with your thought process right away. What are you looking for as a Genji? Anything specific you wanna do because of this composition,
Okay,
this map?
so things that I'm looking for.
Yeah, yeah. Anything what comes to mind, yeah, like your thought process in general
Okay.
here.
So I tend to pick my DPS based on what tank I get. I see a
Mhm.
Doomfist, so I'm thinking, okay, he's gonna dive in. I'll try to finish his plate,
Mhm.
and I'll just pray to God that he's gonna target just good targets, immobile
Mhm.
targets, so that we can get team value.
Mhm.
Uh, in this case, let's see if I were to look at the team. Oh, they're missing that person. So I guess my main targets would either be Soldier or the what's her face, Alari.
Laurie.
Um,
Mhm.
yeah, and again, I tend to be the kind of player who follows a lead, so I would hope that the
Mhm.
Doomfist would lead the charge.
Sure.
Um, and then let's see, in this area, I try to create a bit of an off angle. I guess I can see I'm trying to like get around the far side while they're
Mhm.
focusing down this more. It's closer to the objective area,
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
and if I can just distract the support or the other DPS from doing their thing, then hopefully Doomfist will go in. So
Mhm.
mostly, I'm just looking for opportunities
Yeah.
that would be
Yeah.
uh, initiated by my Doomfist.
Right. I like it. I like it. So we're paying attention to tank. This is one. Second, you did. That was a good point about what kind of targets you pick. Just specifically, there was a soldier, Larry, right? What I would think about though, something you mentioned is you pick based on your tank. Now, something we mentioned before is we usually wanna do something, pick the character based on the big picture, and the big picture starts
Mhm.
with your entire composition, not just purely
Yeah,
your tank. Even though it's pretty important, variable, it kind of leads the engagement and everything. It's definitely not every like not entire composition. So I would put it this
yeah.
way.
I would look at the others as well because, like, I see the Curie, so I'm hoping oh she'll back us up.
Yeah,
Mixed feelings about the Ash and the Mercy, but
yeah, exactly, exactly. So that's what I want you to do. Make sure you consistently doing that. I guess questioning of what is the direction we're leaning towards. So you also don't
mm,
have to play too many characters unnecessarily because you really ultimately need to enable first of all your main strengths, what you guys are good at, your win condition
yeah.
in a way. So if I'm seeing this composition, of and honestly in general in competitive, there always will be it might be pretty chaotic. It might be pretty chaotic with what people pick. There's no like clear one
Mhm.
direction, but your idea is to just identify what your comp is more about. And we're seeing it here. Is it more, what do you think it's more about here? Is it more about dive, brawl, or poking?
Mm. Tired. I don't know. It's kind of all over the place. I think it has it leans a little towards dive minus the ash.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe like going back and forth between
And
brawl and
and that's
dive.
it.
Definitely not poke.
And that's it. That's it. You really don't want to overcomplicate it, especially when you're in a game, because it's pretty fast. You really cannot think about every variable, such as, well, Ash does a little bit of poke. Yeah, sure, this is important as well. But really, first of all, make sure you solve the main interaction. Make sure you understand how our team wins ultimately. Ultimately, you just need to
Yeah.
dive. Somebody need to close the gap. Go from point A to point B pretty fast, go after somebody, and typically the dive is pretty good at just dealing with any isolated members, maybe somebody like stationary characters, and that's what you think about. So for two things really: your strengths and how do you abuse enemy weaknesses in a way. Yeah, what are you really good at in killing the enemy with your composition. That's it. Because if that, let's say there are Farah here, your goal will not be kill the Farah. Actually, it will be just go
Yeah.
after somebody else. Yeah, that's why it's important. Yeah, I'm just giving it as an example, but it's important to just see the direction. How do we win? Yeah. With this in mind,
Yep.
let's see. Just let's see what we do here. Typically three directions, right? But here, let's say we just kind of poke from the angle. Your Doomfist dives in. Right. Okay.
I guess she was close.
Let me ask you
Oh.
this. So we mentioned your win condition is to dive something, okay?
Yeah.
And like you mentioned, your Doomfist initiates the dive
Yeah.
typically. Yeah, your Doomfist does something with
Battery critical.
it's usually with his slam or his punch, so you can, yeah, you can abuse that he's distracting an enemy at least, right? And I want you to
Mhm.
see this. Are we at the best position, like maybe even at this point of time, are we at the best position to even complement the dive if this is gonna happen?
Um. Hmm. I guess if he gets that
Mm-hmm.
if he blocks enough for a punch and he's somehow able to get the Alari, which I think is a long shot because the Junker Queen's in the way, then it might be decent. I might be able to dive in there or dash in there and finish
Mm-hmm.
the Alari. And I guess my intent there is also to
Mm-hmm.
try to distract the support so that
Mm-hmm.
Doom can maybe get past the Queen and
Sure.
start
I,
the.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like it. Yeah, I like it. You can distract the enemy from, and this is good position to take. Was good off angle. What's not, I guess, what's not there is just the amount of the pressure. You really need to
Yeah.
be making sure that you complement the dive. And now you see your position here. Are we able to complement what the Doomfist doing here, as an example? Right?
Nope. Yeah, I
Exactly.
remember actively thinking that too in this match. Thinking like, oh, why didn't I throw things there? Why am I
Right.
coming back here?
Right, right.
Yeah.
And it's first, obviously, about throwing things, but also the Genji is quite a short range character. So we always
Yeah.
need to be. What I would say about it is just making sure you play one dash away from the area where you know the fight is gonna happen, from the targets which you're gonna dive. So you mentioned, okay,
Mhm.
let's dive Alari, let's dive Soldier. What I'm uncomfortable with here is not the angle idea. The angle idea is good that you're distracting people. I'm not comfortable with the range here. If I dash, well, I'll ultimately, well, I'm still gonna be some meters away. It will be probably like 1 meter away from this Alari if I'm
Yeah.
ever dasher. So I want you to be trying to think about being an off angle, sure, but get in a closer range in a areas where your team is able to do something. Maybe, well, if I'm here, well, I'm at this off angle. What are your options actually? Where could you go so it's easier for you to complement Doomfist pressure here? Play slightly short range.
Hmm. I think am I able to click on spots? Oh, no. Well, a bit to the right.
Mhm.
Um, how do I describe that area?
So
It's like
it's
I end up there
this
afterwards.
this here.
Yeah,
So
around here,
yeah,
I think that might have been a better spot. That way, I'm a
yeah,
little more safe. I can abuse my double jump, and of course, I'd be closer.
exactly. So this is something, with this position here, it gets you closer. Also, another thing, actually, and you mentioned this thing about destruction. This is good. Off angle is still gonna be here, but also another thing, you will be abusing verticality too, and because you
Mhm.
make people look up at distracting them more potentially because they have to move their cross in two dimensions now. They only not only moving in horizontal dimension, but also they have to move it vertically somewhere. So something
Yeah.
to think about. Just playing one dash away from the area, yeah, where the
Okay.
fight is gonna happen. So yeah, it's this. Okay, let's keep watching. Okay, so it's just we could complement the Doomfist pressure. Maybe there would be opportunity to dash a Lari, quickly just right click her as well after, and then get a
Yeah.
kill.
Looks like
Now
looks like
she.
I just turned my brain off. Oh, yeah.
That's fine.
Just gunning for the queen.
A little bit tough. Yeah, you use it. You guys as a divers in general just want to make sure you dive those stationary targets a little bit more. Okay,
Yeah.
so this here, the fight is kind of not in your favor at the moment. Maybe you get a pick, maybe you can turn it around,
Yeah.
but this is
Holy,
pretty
we're
tough.
super surrounded.
Yeah, it's pretty tough for sure here. Probably, maybe you get a pick,
Oh, I
but yeah.
lost that.
Let's see. So shooting.
Oh, we got stuck here for quite a while. Yes, I think we do.
Now, yeah, what's your thoughts about here actually? So again, the same idea. I want to get in a position where I play one dash away to the things which I can, to the things which you can dash, to the things which you can kill. So, what's your thoughts?
Hmm.
Where could you go to be able to dash comfortably?
Hmm. See.
So, seeing it here, right? Well,
Yeah.
maybe you guys can deal with the queen here, but the targets which you mentioned, something like Lari, soldier, maybe
Yeah.
any better position for you to get to like.
I think
Mhm,
a better position could be a little to the left where that like big pillar is, right at
mhm.
kind of yeah, right around
Here-ish.
here might be okay because
Yeah.
I think it would give me a little cover from the soldier if he's firing from down there. But and I could stay a little hidden as they try to come up here to support their queen if that's what they're going for,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll get me closer to them too if they're going up there. And
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
might be lucky enough to spot the Lari turret as well.
Yeah, I think definitely at least getting closer range here. Might be a good option to maybe even think about something like this window
Oh,
potentially.
okay, yeah, true.
So you get in the back line. Again, it's all about predictions. I know what we play, I know my win condition, what we're gonna dive. So I just put myself in a position where I'm making myself easier to dive those targets. Yeah. So if Doomfist goes after something like this, maybe especially if he goes, then you can go. Maybe if he's not, that's okay as well. But at least you in a position to be you can have any opportunity. It's either to deal with Junker Queen or deal with these guys. So and also another point is we're using verticality here too, which is
Mhm.
which is pretty decent. Okay. So this idea of one dash away, right? And when this is happening, you see, you just need to find an opportunity. Whenever your Doomfist does this, he does the pressure, even though it's a slam, you can't take it as a mm, opportunity for a kill in a way. So like quickly
Yeah.
dash, right click, and then get your dash reset again, and then you can even dash away if you want to be safe.
Hmm.
But that's why like dive characters are so glass cannon. You have to do a lot of damage to actually live in a way, and it's just with the Genji especially because you get your dash resets. It's really it's
Yeah.
really important to see when there's a right opportunity for you to go in.
I think one bad thing I've been doing a lot with Genji lately is just playing a lot more like far away.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm not too sure why I started doing that. Just like trying to play it safe and farm blade slowly.
Yeah, it's definitely something to try to fix, I think, just because Genji is more of a short-range character anyway. Main damage output comes out of your right click. I think, yeah, it's quite
Yeah.
important what you do with that. Yeah, maybe seeing actually, okay, because I did mention how you need to play one dash away. Let's maybe watch something. So, like emphasis. So we had two things actually: use verticality more and play one dash away. Let me find you a few examples, and then we can continue going with, giving, yeah, just watching this replay here. Okay, yeah, maybe watching something like this is good.
So
Maybe
you know,
Shadowburn been pretty good Genji all the time. Okay, do you know Shadowburn?
I don't think so.
Yeah, he's been quite famous for his Genji, especially in Overwatch 1. Now he's not playing as
Okay.
much, but this is good representation of what we're looking for. So I'm again playing in the area where my team can be active. Yeah, as a general idea. Obviously you can, as we mentioned, pick the idea, yeah, what is the direction? Yeah, what is this main direction we're taking? So direction of comp. Direction of comps first. And then you just try to play one dash away. Okay, so first it's just general poking, but then we'll see how you will consistently try to maintain those really close range area, close range battles. And you see here he's not giving up the position. Maybe can fight the Winston a little, but then again transitioning, getting closer to fight people as much as possible. So within the dash range, yeah. And while his team is able to follow up, like Kiri, maybe this Zauri as well, maybe they're able to bubble him. That's what you want. You just need to find right opportunities when somebody's killable. Typically, well, when they're distracted, when they use cooldowns, stuff like that, this is a really good kill opportunity. You need to abuse the fact that you use dash. And you see also how he's using verticality here constantly. Yeah?
Yeah.
So it's been A here, B there. And for you, will see it as well. Maybe you can spot those opportunities where you can even wall climb, because it distracts the enemy more. If they look up after you, it's harder for
Yeah.
for everybody, well, to kill you and everything, and for your team can live longer. See, because we're creating so much distraction, people trying to look up after you because we will climb properly. Of course, you can always polish this idea, but once you do it more and more comfortably and stay in one dash range away, this helps your team to just do so much more. See how everybody's looking at him. Just
Yeah.
there's a monkey. There's just that backline looking at him, but he's it's not only about destruction. He's also gonna get a few kills there. Probably, well, he can at least once the opportunity presents itself. Yeah, it's just about recognizing when his team is able to follow up. Yeah. So he gets a kill in the Genji, maybe gets a kill in the BAP. So it's kind of similar to, yeah, what you need to do most of the time. Okay, does this make sense? Or maybe
Yeah.
any,
Yeah.
yeah, any questions? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, if you got any questions in general, feel free to ask those. There's no problem.
Okay.
This is constant idea, yeah. I'm getting close range verticality, so this can be good position. Maybe if you want to fight the point, maybe it can be this position here, it can be this position here later, stuff like that.
Yeah, I used to use that like bridge area a lot more back in the day. Oh, I don't anymore.
It also, in a way, because you're right positions, you helping yourself to get closer without being spotted and getting your resources forced. So your deflect will not get forced, even your dash will not get forced as much. It's a good fight here. Okay, just need again, yeah, make sure you set up, make sure you get in the right position. This is better. So you have some sort of verticality here, and you're also in the dash range away from the potential targets. Like maybe you can dash the Solari. With aiming actually. So the thing about, yeah, I asked about Wax. You did mention that you use that sometimes, right?
Just when I want to like warm up my ash. I don't use it. I don't really use it with Genji, I guess.
I would. Okay, what I would think about actually, because sometimes I see. Well, this is common problem actually. It's really you can fix it in long term though. I'm just gonna show you this kind of exercise. I'm just gonna, well, maybe not go into Vaxa, but even practice range. It's still the same idea. Ideally, because you have so much burst on the Genji with your right click, you can do quite a lot. I really highly suggest do not spam your shots constantly. Like maybe some people see like maybe Necros, he's really fast and everything, or maybe somebody else like they playing Genji, they do everything pretty fast and they just spam the shots. But there's no reason
Yeah.
to do that. Rather, instead of doing this kind of spam the shots, rather take your time and really make sure there's a
Line
perfect
them up.
shot. Yeah, line them up, and this is much better. So kind of click only instead of just hold in the fire. This is what's called trigger
Yeah.
discipline. You want to make sure the crosshair is right in a place before actually doing something. Trying to just hit the target, I would say. So like, let's say I want to go after soldier. Yeah, again, I wouldn't just shoot right away. Again, making sure my crosshair, I can properly do the headshot damage. Yeah, I can at least, usually with a Genji, you want to land 2 shurikens with your right click, so it's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be enough damage. And for the aiming for the head level, obviously. So this is what I would do in the Voxter. If you wanna
Okay.
kind of just consistent improvement, good warm up, because you really with warm up you just get better at your mechanics. Make sure it's warmed up, you able to hit more consistent shots in the game. Just try to do this. They're gonna be moving characters in Voxter, like you know that, so you can do similar thing as Genji. Just trigger discipline, take your time, like wait, shoot. Yeah, I can maybe show it in on the bots as well. Yeah, like when
I used to have a lot more trigger discipline. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, well, yeah,
like a few months ago, I used to do what you're describing a lot more, but lately I've been like really bad of trigger discipline.
Yeah,
unless I'm playing Kiriko for some.
That's okay, honestly. It's just once you put more attention to it, just over time, you'll see it's gonna be back to normal. It's gonna be fine, I think. Yeah, okay, let's keep watching this. Okay, so I'm gonna maybe put it in the notes as well. So it's warm up wax. Usually you do the 15 minutes is enough, I think. 15-20 minutes is enough.
Okay.
Oh wait, it's not yet. Oh wait. It's not our game. Oh yeah, it's not ours. Where's ours?
The
It's
unranked one,
3.
probably? Yeah, the unranked Hussein.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, so warm up Vaxter and gonna write down practice trigger discipline. I think with just one of the most important skills for you, because you really play high burst character here, as a Genji. Okay, let's go back.
I think I tend to be pretty bad at finishing my plate as well as Genji.
Oh, well, might be one of the symptoms here, just because of the. Was the. Yeah, even with ultimate, like the Genji's blade, it's also about just making sure you're precise, kind of making sure you you dash and slash and right time.
Yeah.
Let's see what happened there. So we, you guys had a. So we've been fighting this. Right, you lost 2 members. You just gotta reset here.
Yeah.
That's okay, you could reset faster if you know most of your team is dead, like maybe your main win condition is dead in a way, and you understand, oh, okay, well, I can just simply die faster. Okay, your composition changed, by the way.
Yeah.
What do you think your composition is more about now, at this point of time?
I got kind of a mess here.
So it's a poke, brawl, or dive.
I'd say I think I'd lean more towards poke.
Yep, I would agree too. Yeah, you definitely get more poke oriented. But see, because you know that, you can change your playstyle in a way, so you will be falling after what your poke can do more. So let's say Ana got good sidelines, got good nade. You can pay attention to that more. Widow got a good sideline on somebody, can finish somebody off if they received critical shots. So it's all about understanding the direction, what you do with the character. You could maybe also align your character with what you guys have here, but it's not the most important. I think it's just most important is how how do you solve your performance in the character because of the because of what you have first of all. That's why maybe here I know I got a long range team here. I just want to use the long range sidelines a little bit more with them. Of course, you still get close as a Genji, yeah, you short range character, but you will be getting a short range and a more openish, open
Does
sidelines.
Genji have fall off damage?
You don't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't,
Just
but
wasn't sure.
it's just yeah, your main damage output in a way, it's just always about the right click. It's like more
Oh yeah, yeah,
consistent.
the
Yeah.
burst.
So it's also because of the dash and your reflect as well. You
Mhm.
more of a you read a short range character. That's fine. We finished this, and then we'll begin fighting on this high ground. Yeah, remember this, and then
Watch
here it's
this.
where it's trigger discipline is important. Yeah, as we mentioned, like
Yeah.
just don't shoot all the time. It's fine. Align the shots. And okay, I have to have to survive here, right? That's alright. That's alright. It definitely seems like I need to take more opportunities. At least as a Genji there, yeah, like Genji part, take more opportunities for the dive, like for the dash. Yeah, you need to see if there's an option. I'm actually see that even that previous fight. Could we be going for something like what's the good opportunity for us? So because you guys you actually you have an advantage in a way. Well, you lost the mercy here a little, but it's fine. I just want to see good opportunity for you to just try to commit, do something. Well, stay in here. Okay, you go after Alari. She's pretty distracted. Well, I just want you to ask this. Because your tank, and you didn't mention that, your tank should absorb the main pressure, yeah? Your tank should be kind of distracting people in the way. Do you know that this is happening now? Do you know that your tank is active at the moment?
Oh no, not at all.
Because this is what I want you to do as well, making sure, and it doesn't matter what comp you play, obviously, you got more poke, yeah, you just can play in those sidelines where your poke members can do more, but making sure that this guy does something before you do something as well. So if he punches, I can actually go for Larry, and that make your life so much easier with aligning the shots too, I think. So you're not
Mhm.
too early, I think. You're really with timing, with your tank, yeah, like when you trying to commit. See, if he uses something, typically if your tank uses one of the cooldowns, this is good. So maybe even to emphasize it here, like typically Shadow Burn will be committing only if there's a good opportunity for him to get a solo kill. Because somebody's distracted usually. Like when, first of all, the big realization is when your tank is active in the fight. So like maybe now we can even see with the marker. Usually when you in a game, you can see the yellow marker. It means they take
Oh.
damage. So if this is happening, I can kind of think about more opportunities for me to be more active. Of course, thinking about the resources and such. But once I see, okay, my tank is gonna be in place, like to do something. They like maybe now Zari actually got sidelines here. She's able to maybe bubble me. She's fighting. This is what matters. I think just putting more emphasis on the cooldowns. Let's see, maybe
Mhm.
seeing something else like gonna be more clear because here he's really briefly is looking at the tank like for less than half a second actually. It's really fast, but yeah, this is important idea though. Yeah, like or maybe around here. Yeah, see, his team is readjusting, but because the tank should be kind of initiating. Yeah, we're waiting for the tank to do something. Like here, yeah, they active in the fight, and then we can try to see if there's big commitment we can make with the dash and right click. Yeah, see, your tank does what it uses the bubble, and he's actually probably will look to commit if somebody's low, maybe later. So now there's no opportunity, but maybe later the opportunity presents. So now again, Zhao is going in, maybe finding just a good opportunity to like dash somebody, yeah, like there, and it's just always about that. Yeah, let them absorb the pressure first, I guess. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, does all of it make sense so far? Or?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm thinking. Well, the other half is the Ash. I'm thinking, what if we do a game and try to apply some of the things you mentioned
Yeah,
in the
sure.
Genji? Yeah, good try. I think just applying one dash away, I think, should be enough. Really, do the same stuff you did in the game. For now, it's okay. I don't have to be really solving everything at once. It's fine. Just play one dash away. Be time the pressure with your tank as well together. Maybe
Okay.
two things. Usually, when you will be practicing, trying to do one thing at a time is the best. Yeah, just practicing one thing at a time is the way to go.
Okay.
Mm. Yeah, make sure you screen share and we should be good.
Should I stop watching yours or something?
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I can share this. Ooh, I've never done this on Discord.
it's fine.
I guess we'll just a game, I guess. Sure. Oh, resolution. 1080p or something.
1080p is fine, I think. You will not be, yeah, your game will not be laggy because of it. It will be fine.
Is it working? I have no clue.
Let me see. Yeah, it's working just fine.
Okay, cool. So just into just quick play or something?
If you feel like you're okay or maybe warmed up, competitive's fine. If not, then we can do quick play for now.
I haven't touched this game all. I guess I played when I was at work a little bit just to
We can do quick play for
fool around.
now. Yeah, we can do quick play for
Sure.
now. Yeah. Later, once you have time, just making sure you put more time in comp. This is the best. Yeah, this is the best
Yeah.
environment. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't touched this in a while. I would like to get back eventually.
Yeah, it's alright.
Did it reset recently?
Yeah, there was. Well, I've been on
Okay.
vacation, so I'm not entirely sure. Like the entire thing they did. I've been on
Well,
vacation for 2 weeks, but yeah, there've been a few changes.
ooh.
Also been some buffs, nerfs. Yeah, just been
Yeah.
watching those.
Anything cute? We got the Power Rangers stuff.
Now there's
Oh,
so
that's
much
cute.
stuff on the market.
Yeah. Just gotta make their money.
All right. Well, you can also do the dash match or something while you're in the queue if you're like just trying to practice trigger discipline. Why not?
Yeah,
Or
sure.
Voxta, yeah.
Go, let's do this. This. Hmm. Here we go.
Yeah, this is good. Once you just consistent with your right clicks, kind of able to able to just land two out of three shurikens, you should be fine. And it's just over time you will build up the speed. To be honest, you don't need to. Yeah, you don't need to be really fast with the right clicks or even primary fire. Yeah, just to get discipline. Oh, let's see.
Segmai.
So I just want you to do this. Identify the area where your team's fighting. Maybe you don't have to be like fixated like a lot on your comm. Just make sure you sort of see where your team's positioned and make sure you're able to dash in that area. I think that's
Okay.
it. Yeah. So you play closer range. Because there's been a pattern we kind of been playing a little bit too far. Oh, you have nice crosshair there.
The heart, yeah.
Yeah. So where you gonna start?
I don't know. Should I do something cheeky?
Well, depending on where your team is, I think, mostly.
we're all over the place. I mean, Venture's got my back, so maybe I can get some cooldown resets.
Hmm.
Moira, I guess we're diving? Oh, God.
Yeah, it's okay, even though you guys spawn camp, just making sure everybody's on the same page, really.
Okay. Venture's, okay, we're back
Okay,
off.
we out, yeah. Can do some poking. Typically, it's top left high ground here is good, and then right. Nice. Try to think about if you ever need safety. I want you to use wall climb as well. Try to
Oh, yeah.
get closer, but use the wall climb. Get more verticality when you closer. Let's do this. Yeah. So one dash away verticality. So like here, you can get up on the high ground right away. Like get up on the high ground because you just there's no reason not to. Let's put it this way. Nice. Can repeat, right? You get closer. Yeah, good job. Started with good vertical angle there. Yeah, that's good. Just keep using the high grounds and playing one dash away now.
Yeah.
And always kind of scout, even between the fight, just scout, okay, where my team is, just in case, so you don't forget the area. Right, so it's just about not overcommitting sometimes, too.
Okay.
Fine. Oh no, we're using so much.
Oh, jeez.
Everybody.
You're doing
Well,
everything.
you can get the Stuggers. At least you can get the sweeper guy. He's one. Okay. Yeah, he's
Well, that was cute.
nice. You got the Lucio though. Little bit too much on the ground there, I think. You need to...
Yeah.
Somehow... Yeah, it's first of all a little bit too far, I think, from your area where your team's fighting. But also verticality, yeah. Uh-huh.
Ooh.
That's alright. Just reset. You guys, your combo ultimately is just more about running them over. I think getting closer to the...
Okay.
Actually... Yeah, I think it will be... I'll be alright.
I hear the Reaper.
Venture? Your venture is like a Reaper to always taken... Should be taken the same angles, so... Something to keep an eye on. Nice. And reset here, verticality if needed, just for the safety. So it's always kind of set up. You get a kill, go verticality. Yeah, if need safety. Nice. This is good. And again, as a habit, again, reset, go on the high ground. So you don't just stay on the ground. Yeah, like there's no reason to stay on the ground. You just can go up, yeah. Just for slightly better sightlines, even when you're poking the sig.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's good to remind yourself, like, I'm setting up first and then fight. Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, well, happens.
Yeah.
Got the blade, we can... Yeah, you can potentially look to do
Oh,
something
yeah.
with that.
Oh!
Nice.
Is that turret still there?
Nice scout in there on your tank too. You can get the Solari, I think. And reset.
Oh,
If you
get
didn't,
out of
just
there.
reset. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Whoops.
That's alright. You guys are winning there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the same thing again. You set up on verticality. Yeah, you just go up and then find the target.
Ooh. I have to be more aware of what my tank's doing.
Yeah, your sig is mainly just maybe when they rock
Yeah.
something, maybe when they also put up their shield, that seems... Then you can think about that they're more offensive. Yeah, playing more offensively. You can actually burst the Winston quickly once he's out of the armor. It's just more
Yeah.
about the good discipline. Just keep an eye on his don't worry. Like, you don't have to kind of try to escape him. It's okay. You can just try
Okay.
to, yeah, just purely poke him. If he's without the armor, there's no threat for you, usually. Right. You get closer and then fight, yeah? Mm-hmm. And one dash away from the area where your tank is. Nice. Nice, good vertical angle there. Squishes first.
Oh, I tried to get on that pilot.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's alright. It was pretty good game overall. I'm thinking the biggest pattern I noticed with this is like, yeah, we would try to play on dash away. This is good. I'm just also thinking about your long-term goal can be having somewhat of a safety plan in a way. So a lot of times what you do is you try to go back to, well, you just use distance as your safety tool in a way. Like
Yeah.
I could maybe give you an example. Just send me the code. I will show you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. History replays. There. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's been, especially at the start, there've been times when you kind of just walk back instead of get into the closest corner. Mm-hmm. Let me just watch this. Yeah, this is again just long-term goal. It's not about like you have to do everything at once, like whatever you mentioned. No, it's just kind of make it. You will be applying this ideas one step at a time, one concept at a time. So we'll see maybe around here. You will be poking. And then once you're in danger, you kind of go back and just use the distance. But what I want you to do more is think about your safety plan as like, where do I wall climb, or like what kind of corner. Yeah, I think for the metro idea is what kind of corner I'm gonna be using as my safe net in a way. Yeah, where do I go? So if these people are pressuring me, right, what is that easiest corner for you to get to so you feel safe? Maybe versus the brick, versus all of this. Where could you go?
Potentially up to where the Sigma is, or
Yeah,
the high ground, like further back.
yeah. So this is what I want you to do. Yeah, you want to apply pressure, and then typically you will be thinking about safety is instead of going back distance, it will be going to the closest corner. And as a
Mhm.
Genji, usually it's verticality. Usually you go up somewhere. You just use some sort of high ground because, well, especially on the enemy comp, they don't have as much of a vertical mobility. Well, at
Mhm.
least like kind of who can get you instantly, except with the Doomfist maybe, like a little bit of a Lari too, but yeah, mostly you should be okay too. So try to go to the closest corner all the time, yeah. So you don't just go
Yeah.
back and then you end up in a not comfortable spot where you
Yeah.
uh, just surrounded and then you lost some of the HP. You kind of use the dash there on the brick, which can be fine. I'm thinking she did overcommit, but you could have more HP, and also it would be easier for you to secure the dash, secure the kill, because you would be doing a dash right click right away instead of being like really far. Yeah, you usually need
Yeah.
to like dash to defeat, but it's okay. So this is what I want, just mainly kind of, and you will see it here as well when I'm fighting the sweeper. See how we're going away, going back. I want you to think about again, what is that closest corner I'm using first? So it can be even dropping to here or dropping to here,
Yeah.
so I'm not going backwards. And this way you can retake your angle even faster. Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
thinking, well, I'm gonna use this latch as my safety net. Again, this is gonna be a corner I can go up and down, go up and down. I got my support as well, so this is alright. This is what you want to do first. Only later, yeah, there's no other choice. You use distance. Yeah, maybe you lost too many members. Maybe yeah, they use something. They use ultimate. Then sure, you can do that. But typically, it's this. You want to, yeah, kind of. Again, it's about being closer. You see that the pattern is the same. Yeah, you need to stay closer and try to maintain short range. Because you
Yeah.
use cover. I think well around there we've been. Hmm, there's some early poke. This is good, and get booped. Huh. Yeah, if you haven't up in this situation again, just thinking, the closest vertical corner maybe. Yeah, you cannot secure the kill. It's fine. All the times, think about it. You did engage, you can set up again, go up,
Mhm.
so, stuff like that.
I, I
It
always
can.
forget about that area up there.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like up in the window there.
you even don't have to kind of sit on the high ground a lot of times. It's again about just being like Shadowburns, just climbing between the roofs and like trying to maintain verticality as much as possible as your safety. So like this
Mhm.
entire time, yeah, we could see him fighting on this bridge, and you just was using roofs, and he's not able to stay there consistently. So I'm just gonna just push forward a little. Y- Uh. Wait, I think I skipped. There was the first, yeah, it was the first fight so right away. Yeah, so it was around here when he was dancing around the roofs. Yeah. So he's going up and down, and maybe he's not able to stay, but it's all about just you did approach the engage, something went wrong, go back and set up. Yeah, let's put
Mhm.
it this way. Um, maybe yeah. So I'm gonna write down. You can engage if didn't succeed, yeah, maybe if can't get a kill for whatever reason, but then you just go back. Yeah, make sure you go back to the closest corner. Yeah, you can usually wall climb, I think. Okay. Yeah, I'm just putting it all in the notes. It's gonna be in the doc.
Okay.
We'll send it to you later.
Sweet.
Yeah, so it's all the time this kind of dancing around the high ground. Something went wrong, high ground. Something went wrong. I'm going up. I'm setting up if I'm not sure what's next. Sometimes it can be this as well. Obviously, it can be somewhat of a normal kind of not verticality and not high ground. It just can be this jiggle peeking left and right, but it always has to be some sort of corner as your safety. Yeah, so he goes back to this bottom because this is the closest corner, but then he's gonna peek again and fight. So it's constantly like kind of peeking, fighting, not going backwards. Okay, I'm